Have you ever noticed that certain stocks seem to come alive during certain astrological cycles? Well, today I want to talk about one of the biggest surprises of my entire Jupiter in Leo experiment, the Cheesecake Factory ticker symbol cake. Before we begin, I want to remind you that this is not financial advice. I'm simply sharing my own research, observations, and trades. Please do your own research before investing. Before Jupiter officially entered Leo on June 30th, I spent several weeks tracking the Yahoo Finance daily top gainers to see which companies consistently showed up. Cake absolutely stood out. It appeared 10 times out of the 13 trading days leading up to June 30th, which means it appeared on 76.9% of all the trading days I tracked. It showed up on June 9th, June 10th, June 12th, June 17th, June 18th, June 23rd, June 24th, June 25th, and June 26th, missing only 4 trading days. For me, that's exactly the kind of consistency I was looking for when trying to identify potential Jupiter in Leo stocks before the cycle even began. Once Jupiter entered Leo, Cake wasted no time proving why it was on my watch list. Since June 30th, it has finished with a green candle on 16 trading days as of the recording of this video, showing that buyers have consistently been in control. That kind of persistent strength is something I pay close attention to because it suggests institutional money may be accumulating shares rather than simply producing a short-lived rally. I bought my first group of shares at $66.72 and later added another group at $67.48. As the stock continued climbing, I watched the technical indicators closely. When the price reached the upper trend channel and both the RSI and MACD started rolling over, I decided to lock in my profits instead of hoping for another leg higher. The trade ended with a gain of just over 16%, and I'm very happy with that result. One of the biggest lessons I've learned as a swing trader is that you don't have to sell at the exact top to be successful. My goal isn't perfection. It's consistently capturing high probability gains while protecting my capital. Interestingly, after I sold, the stock continued climbing. Since June 30th, Cake has now gained almost 35%, which is an incredible move in just over a month. Do I regret selling? Not really. Nobody consistently sells at the exact high, and if I can repeatedly capture gains of 15% to 20%, I'll gladly take that over trying to squeeze out every last dollar and risking giving back profits. One of the reasons I find this stock so fascinating is when you compare today's chart to history. Looking back at the last Jupiter in Leo cycle in 2014 and 2015, Cheesecake Factory also enjoyed an impressive rally of roughly 35%. Obviously, history never guarantees the future, but I find it very interesting that we're seeing almost the same magnitude of move during this Jupiter in Leo cycle. It's one more piece of evidence that keeps me paying attention to these financial astrology themes. The chart during COVID times tells another important story. Like nearly every restaurant company, Cheesecake Factory experienced a dramatic collapse during the lockdowns. But what impressed me was how strongly the company recovered once the economy reopened. During the last Jupiter in Leo cycle, Cake stock gained over 300%. That resilience demonstrated the strength of the Cheesecake Factory brand and showed that investors were willing to return once conditions improved. Looking at today's chart, the longer-term trend still appears healthy. Price remains above its major moving averages, momentum has been strong, and buyers continue to support the stock. However, after a nearly 35% advance, the shares are becoming extended. The RSI is moving into overbought territory, and that's usually where I become more cautious. Could the stock continue higher? Absolutely. Strong trends often stay overbought much longer than people expect. But from a probability standpoint, I generally prefer waiting for a pullback rather than chasing a stock after such a large run. Overall, Cake has been one of the biggest success stories of my Jupiter in Leo experiment so far. It earned its place on my watch list by appearing 10 out of 13 trading days before June 30th, rewarded me with a profitable swing trade of more than 16%, and has continued climbing to nearly a 35% gain since Jupiter entered Leo. Whether that's simply a coincidence or whether certain stocks truly resonate with specific astrological cycles is exactly what I'm exploring throughout this 13-month project. If you've been following this Jupiter in Leo series, I'd love to know what you think. Have you traded Cheesecake Factory? Or have you noticed other stocks that seem to fit this theme? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying these financial astrology videos, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss future updates. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.